So we just went ahead and created the time dimension and made some modifications to it. However, in the dimensions here that you don't see the time dimension yet. But on your right hand side in the Solution Explorer, under the dimensions, you can see the time dimension. So we need to add the time dimension to the cube and make sure it is available in all the places. To do that, we will go under Dimension area on your left hand side, bottom area. Click to add a new dimension. So add cube dimension. And the dimension we want to add is dim time. So let's go ahead, check that. So now our cube is ready. Let's go to the browser tab up here. It may take some time. In the browser window, you can see that here we have some measures that you can expand. So we have several measures available. We also have different dimensions that we can work with. So dim machine, you have dim product. Now let's say we can drag some of these fields onto the workspace and then create reports. So let's say I want to have accepted products, which is a measure, and I want to do that for different, let's say, product name. So I'm going to put this before this, and then I'll go ahead and execute my query. Right in the middle of the screen it says click to execute the query. We can use this and you will see that a report is generated. For each product name it shows how many products were accepted. If you want, we could also select the rejected products because we have that count. But what if I wanted to know what was the total number for every product, total number of parts or items generated? So we know accepted, we know rejected. What we would like to know is total, that is accepted plus rejected. We don't have that field here, but we can create that field using calculations. So let's click on Calculations tab up on the top. And this will load the calculations that we can do here. By the way, the worksheet or the assignment instruction also shows you the calculations. For example, the first calculation you need to make is total products, which is accepted products plus rejected products, and then we'll make the format setting as standard. So we start out by right-clicking on this white area underneath calculation and then say new calculated member. This form opens. The name we want to give is total products. And to enter the expression, we can actually drag fields. For example, right here, and we have measures and we have all the measures available to us. And we can drag and drop them on the expression. So the ones we want is accepted products, and I'm dragging here at the end of it before I type my plus sign, and then get the rejected products, drag it over in the end. So that's my expression. And format string is blank right now. We need to change it to standard. As you're doing this, remember that in the name total products, you cannot have a space. So if you entered a space, you need to remove it. And then you can go ahead and use save all. Once we have created one field, we can go ahead and create another calculated field. To do that, I'm again going to right click in this area and say new calculated member. This one I'm calling as percent rejected. Remember, no space between the word percent and rejected. And the formula for this one is measures rejected products, which you can find right underneath the fact here. So let's go ahead and drag this one. And then you need to divide that by measures.total products. However, you will quickly see that measures.total products is not one of the measures that is available to you here. So you cannot just drag and drop it. You will have to go ahead and type it up actually. So measures, and remember to type it correctly, otherwise it will give you some issues. And this is called as total product. So spell it exactly the way this is spelled. up here. So I know this is the total product we want, but then we cannot just drag and drop from here, so I had to type it up. Once again, the format string, I will call it standard, and then go ahead and save all. You will see as soon as I save it, we have %rejected created as a field. Let's do another one. This field is called as %accepted. So it's very similar to %rejected. I will do new calculated member, call it %accepted, no space in the name, and come down to expression. The expression says measures.accepted product. So I'm going to drag it here, divided by, once again I need to divide by total product, so I will have to type it up. Measures dot, and type it up exactly how it is shown up there. So total products should contain no typos. Did I see that I have one error? It says click to navigate. Let's see. Accepted products is fine. I checked, this error was nothing. There are right now no errors anymore. This error came in when I made a typo while in the beginning, but I corrected it, so no worries. So let's go ahead and hit save all. Then we can go ahead and create the next field. So new calculated member, this one I'm calling it AVG, or average manufacturing time, and the expression for this one is measures dot elapsed time for manufacture. We can drag and drop it here, divided by measures dot manufacturing count, which is this one. So let's go ahead and drag this one. So that's the expression. The format for this one should be standard. So let me go ahead and make it standard format. And I will hit save. Just noticed that for the previous two, the %rejected, the format should have been %, and I made an error here. So I'm going to go ahead and correct it to % for %rejected and save all. Similarly, I need to fix that for %accepted. I called it a string. I need to change it to %, and then go ahead and save all. So now we have created our 4 calculated fields or calculated members, and make sure everything is saved well. Now that we have done all of this, let's go ahead and process our cube. So I'm going to the cube structure, I'm going to the process, click on it. It might take some time, so we are definitely going to go ahead and hit yes. May ask us for the password again. And while this is doing its job, I'm going to stop the video here because we are familiar with how the cube processing works. I'll see you in the next video with KPIs.